Welcome to your last week of Weather and Climate Unit 4 for Grade 3. Throughout the unit, you've been looking at different types of weather patterns, different types of climates, and you've even looked at some of the different hazards. And this week, you're going to be summing everything up with your hazard presentation, as well as turning in that final letter to the mayor or someone that would be important in your town. So what I'd like you to do first is make sure you have that hazard presentation open, and at this point you should have 5 pages completed if you've followed along with us throughout the unit. This week you're simply going to add a 6th slide, and you're going to upload the picture of your final letter that you would send to the mayor with your action statements. You can either copy and paste it in there or take a screenshot. And then right after that you're going to add one more slide after the title page, and you'll write the action statement, which would be what you also had in your letter. So you'll be taking that specifically out of your letter. So you're adding 2 different slides this week, but it's pretty simple to add them because you're not really putting much content on them. Then make sure to edit your presentation for spelling, grammar, and everything else for submission of that. For your literacy connection this week, again, you're going to be really just getting things together so that you can submit it. So make sure that letter to your mayor Google document is open and it's completed. Go through the letter and make sure that all the spelling and punctuation is correct. And then what I would suggest to do is read it out loud to someone in your family. Remember, when you read something out loud to someone makes sense, or when you're missing words, your voice will pick up on that. Whereas if you read it in your head, usually your brain skips over any mistakes because it knows what it should sound like. After you feel it's sufficient, place this in your finished slide, as I mentioned earlier, and then also make sure that you have this in your to be graded folder. One big thing about that slide that I want you to put either the picture of the letter or copy and paste it is make sure to not place a link to it. Sometimes that makes things more difficult, but just put a picture for us. That'll make it real nice and simple. Lastly, here's a list of resources that you've been using throughout your unit. Here is going to be your unit checklist for things that must be turned in. And then also at the end are going to be the different rubrics that have to do with your presentation, your letter, and the different science concepts that you were learning about.